.378 save percentage. And again, that opening faceoff brought to you by Marketplace IGA, 1160 Government Street in Penticton, serving the community of Penticton for over 50 years. Faceoff left circle in the V's end, put around the boards, left wing side. Schartz for Trail, pinched down, goes back behind the goal, and Stojkovic goes back to Steen Cooper at the right point, but it's cut off by Brandon Volpe for the Smoke Eaters. Now goes back just outside the line, and a clearing attempt by Stojkovic, put back in by Dylan Bowen, but right to Alex Cologne. Across his zone now for Stojkovic. At center, it's tipped back in on left wing by Cooper. Cooper, Benoit, McColgan out here to start. Now Todd.
15th after last night's game when they didn't score any goals.
Off the draw, Trail will set up a Providence Funeral Home penalty kill for the Bees. Zane Schartz, high slot. Now left circle, they score. Dylan Bowen, just like that. 10 seconds into the power play. 1-0 for the V's at 1:08. Now a 1-1 tie. It's at 1:51. Trail scored on a power play, courtesy of Dylan Bowen's 4th of the year. V's back working the Trail left corner. Is down low is the line of DePork, Ramsey, and Delpe here as Schartz gets tangled up with the V and DePork. It's Delpe back to left point. Stojkovic lets it go, but hammered it wide. Trying to go low glove side. Rebound kept in the right wall by Cologne. Puts it back behind the net. Delpe couldn't find it, nor did DePork. Comes back on the near wall. And Jared Marchi shoots it out to center. Was in some skates at the Trail line. Sheldon Brett. He scored first. Steen Cooper at 1:08. Dylan Bowen on a power play goal at 1:51. And now Brad McClure going ahead 2-1 on his rebound goal at 6:09.
Even if you're watching this game, don't go anywhere. Who knows what could happen tonight?
Yeah. That'd be a last team to score win scenario. Sexton back for Duncan. Behind his net, reversing around to the right point. That was cut off by Schartz, but now sent out to center from McColgan. Breaking it in on left wing. His shot into the chest and held by Adam Todd for a whistle. Sends it back in deep once again. Now Blanchard on the right wing wall. Back behind the net. Blomley trying to go away from Nathan Brown. Skating into the left wing corner. Watched by Zane Schartz as well. Puck comes on the goal line and taken away by Brown. Curling back behind his net, turnover in front, Blanchard, tip shot, Alford stopped by Todd, rebound, and that's shoveled wide on the left wing by Blonley from the bottom of the circle after a giveaway in front was grabbed by Blanchard. A heads-up play, Alford was stopped, and the rebound by Blonley shot just wide.
What a pass by Blanchard there to find Alford, who kept his head up and got the goal.
Now Alford breaks to the net on his backhand, stopped by Todd, and then Todd was driven into the net by Alford and Davis.
And then Alford gets the puck back and a power move to the goal on his backhand and runs right over Adam Todd. I like what we're seeing out of Riley Alford so far in this game.
Yeah, some truculence for number 26 so far tonight. Face-off was put in the right wing corner of the Trail end. McClure, Saratori, and Pirog back out here as Saratori's playing after taking 9 stitches to the face last night after a high stick in the first period and wearing the full face shield. Going back to his high school days last year.
I believe it was described that he had a hole in his chin last night.
Basically, I saw a picture. It wasn't for the faint of heart. Sent back in from center ice by Saratori now. Back behind his goal, Zane Schartz for Trail. Brad McClure from Rigas at 6:09, by the way, is the go-ahead goal here in the 10-minute mark. Schartz through center, shoots it off the end glass on a dump-in. It's taken by Stojkovic, up and reversing to McClure on his right wing. He steps out to center. Now left wing feed finds Saratori. Pass in front. Off Pirog, skating just wide as he's busting right down the slot. Trail will take it back. Fired out to center by Volpe. Tipped back the zone to the right wing. Wheeldon put it in the corner. Lucchini finds it over Stojkovic. Back behind the net. Basilico sends it back on the wall. Schartz a sharp angle off the shoulder of Miska on the blast by Schartz from the left wing. Now Lucchini mid-slot to Schartz, lets it go, tipped just over the goal as I think Ramsey got a piece of that going down to block it. Basilico on the left wall has a rebound back to Schartz across the blue line. Bowen tips it down low and a pad save by Miska on that one-time attempt by Lucchini from the right circle. Some good perimeter puck passing there by Trail, setting up Lucchini. Penalty kill as always brought to you by Providence Funeral Homes. Coming into tonight, ranked first at 87.72%, but it took a bit of a dig as Trail's 1 for 1 so far tonight. Davidson steps over the line, gets in trouble from DePort, but sends it back to Schartz at the left point. Now midpoint it goes to Bowen, the goal scorer. Back to Schartz, still crisscross positions. Schartz to the right circle. This is Mascarin in his pass the point, deflected out to center by the active stick of DePort. Schartz will crawl right back in down the middle. From the high slot was blocked by Sexton, who lobs it out to center to relieve the pressure and trails back to the drawing board.
And that's the guy you want to watch out for. Zane Schartz on their power play. Leads the team in power play goals with 3, and he's got a lot of power out there.
And a pile up at center results in Alfred chopping it back in the trail zone. 58 to go in the tripping call to Brad McClure as Schartz sends it out to center.
Of obviously now being 1 for 2 on the penalty kill, maybe getting a little bit momentum off of that as well.
Face off, one to the wall, Hildeman to the goal line. DePort trying to bring it in front of the blocker's side, couldn't do so. Reversed by Trail to the right wing, held in by Beauvais against Basilico. Puck in the goal line area. Dalpe coming in front, shooting from the right wing. And that's off a stick, maybe gathering speed across the line. And Sartori couldn't take the pass. It was in his skates, then he lost an edge, and that rush dies right there. Sexton held it in the blue line nicely. Now it pinballs back to Sexton. Jumps over his stick and back to center ice. 2 minutes to go here, first period. V's lead at 1-0. Sexton sends it back in behind the net as the V's start to change. Schartz now plays pass with Dylan Bowen. Schartz on his left wing. And Jared Marchi at center. Wrist it back in deep. An aerial dumping off the by Save-On Foods. Reed Feltmate are contested. He's come in at 23%, ranked first in the BCHL. McClure in the left circle with 27 seconds left. Back to Beauvais. The point tipped wide in front. As I think it was tipped by Pirog in the slot. Well, Colgan right point sends it back around the boards behind the net. Lucid skates. Bowen up off the glass to the right point. McColgan in front. Tipped just wide by Benoit on the backhand. 10 seconds left. Sent back to the right point. McColgan in the slot to Pirog. High slot. Beauvais wrister off a stick and up and over the goal with just 2 seconds left for a whistle. Radio dials, trail left to right. McClure streaking back in on the right wing. Curls around the goal. It's a Save-On Foods power play. First of the night for these, carrying over from the first period. Now McColgan back to McClure, left circle. To the net, missed it wide as he tried to shimmy it down to the post of Benoit, and it's slashed down the ice by Jake Lucchini for trail. These will regroup back behind their net. Hunter Miska stopping it up for Brett Beauvais. He'll come out in front between his circles. Now on the left wing for Benoit at center. Sends it around the dashers. It quickly rips up back to the right point to McColgan. Tried to send it in front, but weak pass was intercepted by effort like we saw maybe last night. A tad sloppy at times here. Draw right circle on the V's end. Put into the corner. Providence Funeral Home penalty kill number 2. I should say number 3. The V's are 1 for 2 tonight. On the left wing, Dylan Bowen. Back midpoint, Schartz. Now on the right wall, Mascarin trying to go back to Bowen on the left wing to flex to the trail rear guard. Midpoint, Schartz. Backhands it across on the right wall for Mascarin. Lets it go off the stick of DePort and wide of the net. Ricochets up on the left wall. Davidson touches it for Bowen. He'll sweep it around back behind the net. Cut off there by Stojkovic, but not out. Basilico, left circle for Bowen. Down low, and Basilico goes across for Bowen. Now in front, Mascarin trying to find Basilico cutting to the goal off of V stick and wide. Puck in the right circle. Davidson leaves it off there for Mascarin. Goes back to the right point to Schartz. Back to Mascarin on the right wing wall. Across left point. Bowen lets it go. Missed it high and wide on the glove side. Rebound on the right wing again. Schartz pitching down. Puts it back behind the net. Colomb bobbles it. Nice backhand reverse play to Blontley on his right wing. Home run pass at center. DePort couldn't handle it cleanly as he was going to be away on a breakaway, but he does tip it back in deep, and now he's on the forecheck. Tough break there for number 19. And now Basilico out to center for Schartz. Back in down the middle across the line. Return pass crossed up Lucchini and stripped and cleared. How do their line changes have been tonight?
It's been pretty bad for Trail to get any line changes, good ones at least.
You don't want to harp on a team, but sloppy in the first period. Remember, they only had 3 skaters.
They had 3 skaters for a good 6 or 7 seconds before they realized that.
Rigas gets the assist on the McColgan goal at 4:45, and it's 3-1.
And Brett Beauvais better watch out now. Chris Rigas 3 points in his last 2 games.
Yeah, as Rigas was a +4 last night in Vernon, believe it or not, and tonight has 2 assists. V settle it back down behind their net. Paul Stojkovic with 13:20 to go and a 3-1 lead. Holds it, directs traffic as teams make changes up on the fly here. And Stojkovic finally comes out from behind his net. On the left wing for Cologne, pass at center, did not get to Delpy, cut off by Bowen. Falls back to Stojkovic at his blue line. Zips it across for Cologne, and he'll wristed back in deep. Around the boards it goes. DePort cuts it off on the right wing. Behind the net for Delpy. DePort below the goal line, battling against Bowen of Trail. Now it goes back left point. Sexton to the net, blocked by the skate of Bowen. Kicks it to the blue line. Gets around a diving Ramsey. At center, he comes back in himself. At the blue line, he left it. Pirog there to clean up the garbage and put it back behind the net. Saratori into the shift, can't track it down behind the goal. Pirog cuts off a reverse play. He spun off the puck, though, on the left goal line, extended. Ramsey comes in off the bench, shielding it nicely, trying to center in front off the arm of Pirog. Ramsey in the circle, determined, hangs on to it, battling here with Lucchini. Now Ramsey behind the net, lost it, and Lucchini fires it on the far wall. Mascarin will send it to center, off the stick of Colomb as he bobbled it, chipped back in by Schartz, but Stojkovic tipped it away from him. Now a collision behind the play as Ramsey got tangled up with Mascarin. Meanwhile, Schartz after it in the trail left corner as the V's are back in the offensive zone where they spent the majority of this period. Wielden throws it out to center. Falling over his own feet was Mascarin, but as he dumps it back in. Nice athletic play by him, even though it's just a dump in from center. McClure can't clear. Held in left point by Bowen. To the net. Knifed away by the goalie's stick there of Hunter Miska, who's had a light workload here in the middle fray. Puck on the right wall. Wheeled into the net. There's a glove save by Miska, and he'll hang on with 6. Chips it across the left wing. Cooper will track it down. Chips it in across the blue line. And he took a hit there from Mascarin, but it seemed like Mascarin took the worst of that. And now puck sent out to center by Bowen. Hildeman steps up the red line to make a play. And shoveled ahead by Benoit, but could not be reeled in by McColgan. And now steering it aside for the umpteenth time is Hunter Miska in front of his net. Hildeman at center. Through the middle for Brett Beauvais. The D-man trying to come down the middle. Finally shouldered off the puck at the left circle by Dylan Bowen. Schartz will drop it off back behind his own net. Zane Schartz, the Texas native, left it for Dylan Bowman, the former Seminarm Silverback. At center ice, the puck comes to Jake Lucchini.
Fraser Rogers with more Dairy Queen Penticton Bees hockey on Easy Rock.
1:01 to go here, second period. V's up 4-1, trails back in. Marchina left circle takes a shot, patted away by Miska. Got his right leg on that. Now backhand tipped to the side of the goal by Rettmeyer was stuffed, and Colomb sends it out to center as we're in the final minute of the second period. And it's McClure from Colomb and Pirog at 16:50, as McClure's got goals number 34 and 35 here tonight. At center ice, Cooper tips in a stretch pass. Saratori lobs it back in on left wing. Inside 20 seconds left in this second period. Davidson on his left wall trying to clear. Kept it in the blue line by Saratori behind the net. McClure with 10 seconds left to the slot. Saratori on his back end. He goes back to Sexton left point. Double clutches. Back door tipped wide by Saratori. 4 seconds left. Back to Sexton. Has to shoot. He will, and it goes wide, and that will do it. Buzzer goes for the V's. Add 2 more here in the second.
In Albany Valley game.
Yeah, West Kelowna. It was a 7:30 start, I believe, in Albany Valley tonight, or was it 7?
It must have been because there was nothing updating at 7:15.
Yeah, that's what we thought. And it's a 7:30 start in Merritt as well. So those two games we're eagerly keeping an eye on our later starts. 17:56 to go here in the third. Stojkovic behind his net gathers it up again. Now on his right wing for Colomb to try to lead the breakout here. He'll wedge it out to the trail blue line. Schartz could not find it. He spun around, but over-skated by Alford. And now turnover at center by Lucchini as it's sent back in on left wing by Stojkovic. Todd settled it down. It's in the left corner, up the boards, and now carried out to center on right wing. This by Lucchini, coming wide on Beauvais to the right circle. One hand on his stick, but Beauvais closed down the gap. Lucchini, though, goes back to Schartz left point. Blocker save by Miska, and it's up and out of play for him by Shane McColgan. Going after behind the net is Cooper against Dylan Bowen. Bowen to the blue line, not out. Sexton left point, holds it in, takes a shot. Pad save by Todd along the ice. McColgan in front, jawing with Schartz, couldn't get the rebound. Now Cooper in the high slot to McColgan between his legs, can't get it to Benoit. Benoit finds in the right circle, goes back for point out of Rigas, hammers it. That goes wide off the end glass. Maybe angry that he got that assist taken away. Both of them, in fact, on those plays, and that puck just missed by an inch. Now back in his Mascaron on left wing, sending it in front, they score. Adam Wheeldon on the back. Stolpe making it 5-2. 13:20 to go. Puck on the V's left wall. Wilderman up the boards and out to center it goes. Shots 34-20 at this point in favor of Penticton. And now Davidson, the V's line, can't sidestep around Josh Blanchard. Travis Blonley picks it up and chips it back in from his own bench down the ice. No icing here against the V's forthcoming. Todd reversing it around to his right corner. Knocked down was Bowen. Can't clear the puck. And now it's grabbed though by Basilico. Outlets to center on right wing. Muscled in by Volpe. But Alice Colombo steered back behind his net. Hildeman and Colombo play pass. In the left corner, Colombo up the wall for Alford. On his right wing, taps it out to center. Out of the reach of Cooper, taken back by Basilico. Steps in over the left wing, lets a shot go. Glove down by Miska. We'll take a break.
I believe.
0 for 1.
0 for 1 start.
This is their second, brought to you by Save-On Foods. 10:42 to go. Off the draw, McColgan for Pirog. Back down low for McColgan. In the slot, Beauvais lets it go. Off the arm of Todd and just over the goal. Puck in the right wing corner. Up the wall, McColgan settles it down for Pirog. Pirog being harassed by Wheeldon. From his knees, he goes back to McColgan. One-timer hits Benoit in front. Goes back in the corner to Pirog. Right point, bounce pass to McColgan. Tipped in front, but blocked down by Schartz. And it's shot down the ice by Lucchini for Trail. As a stick check of Wheeldon at center. On ahead to Dulpin and put it back in deep. Ramsey, Dulpin, and Pork have been very good tonight. All three have points in this hockey game. Ramsey battling for the puck in the right wing corner, Trail end there against Jared Marchie, but it comes out to center on the right wing for Wheeldon. They'll try to start it back in at the blue line. Lost the puck as Cologne poke checked him. Marchie follows up to the right corner for Wheeldon. Sharp angle off the chest of Miska. Comes in front. Delpy slides it along to Ramsey. Out at center on right wing and throws it back in deep. 7:12 to go. Third period. He's ahead by 3. Basilico for Trail coming back in on the left wing side. Battles with Colombo on the wall for it. Pirog comes in, bumps shoulders with Davidson. McClure will find it. Outlets to center in the opposite left wing for Saratori. Trying to come across the line with speed. Puts the brakes on the wall as he bobbled the puck for a moment. Now he's met there by Bowen for Trail. As a pileup ensues on the half wall, left wing side, Trail end. Now McClure comes out of the pile. High slot, shooting, glove save. 2-on-2 with Patrick Sexton on the right wing side, but Alfred just loves it in the corners. The Bees make changes on the fly. Alfred spilled to the ice behind the net. Comes up the wall. Hildeman looking, doesn't shoot. He's muscled off the puck by Schartz, and now gets it out to center. A 3-on-1. Schartz on right wing. Lucchini shooting, skied it over the net. Rebound rides a dasher to Ramsey. Ramsey fires out to center on left wing for DePort. Can the Bees catch Trail? DePort can't get around Bowen, who takes him down the ice on the left wing, and that play dies there on the Trail wall. Back behind the net, Delpy kind of center, goes back to Colombo. His shot blocked in front by Bowen. As that puck went all the way back to Colombo on the pass by Delpy from behind the net, and he blasted it off the shin pad of Bowen. Now lugged out by Davidson at center, cutting to his left across the blue line. Here at the SOEC, and then it's February 1st in Salmon Arm, and then home and home. Two great matchups. As Miska stops to dump in the side of his net with 24 seconds left. Post-game show will be upcoming at the Vault Restaurant live. Myself and Trevor Miller recapping this one. Cologne's behind his net, watching the clock tick down here. Now to the blue line to Pirog. Fans start to come to their feet. Pirog was checked off the puck of the Trail blue line. Hats off to Trail as well. A hard, determined effort here as Delpy turned it over. Took a shot at the buzzer, and that won't do it. The V's